I went into education having been churched, but did not have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Most of you, I hope, can relate to that. And I was a school counselor when I met Jesus. And I had been heavily steeped in Rogerian counseling, that you're okay, I'm okay, you know, everything you do is okay, and we're just going to love each other and give unconditional positive regard. And bam, I ran into Jesus, I ran into his word, and all of a sudden I could go in as a counselor knowing that there were absolute truths. It changed everything. Some of the values that school employees can bring right in is just, I talked about that love for instance. I remember that I had a boy named Bobby, I was a middle school counselor at the time, and everyone hated him. He was obnoxious, he was disruptive, and I just had a real burden just to treat him with love and respect, even when he was an irritant and didn't deserve it and he was unlovable. And many, many years later, Bobby ultimately dropped out of school. He never even finished high school. He disappeared. I never heard from him. Years later, I'm a high school principal in a different district, and Bobby shows up. And I was shocked. You know, we see hundreds of students in our career, thousands of students. And he said to me, he said, "Mr. Laursen, do you remember me?" And I said, "Oh, Bobby, yeah, I really remember you." Because I remember taking him down in a headlock one time. He was chasing a teacher with a baseball bat. So I remember Bobby real well. And he said, "I just wanted you to know, Mr. Laursen, that you didn't waste your time." He said, "I was in a prison bunk. I didn't know whether I wanted to go on living. And then I remembered what you had said to me." And I don't really remember what I said to him. But he said, "I just wanted you to know that I accepted Jesus Christ into my heart." Now, did I violate the law? No. I loved on Bobby because I saw in him that he was created in the image of God. And there are thousands upon thousands of other people out there, children out there just waiting to hear the truth. There are over 50 million students in our public schools, over 70 million parents connected to them, 3.5 million teachers, 225,000 administrators, 275,000 non-certified employees. That's a culture of 124 million, many of them spiritually and morally bankrupt. We know the truth, and we need to send our missionaries into that area. And the interesting thing is there are already 25 million Christians in our public schools. I believe it's the obligation of those of us in the body of Christ to release them into full-time ministry. Christian Educators Association International is a professional association for Christian educators.